Hi guys, Wayne's Butler here. Decided we're going to do the third bit here. I was actually going to wait a couple of days, but I thought we'd knock it out here tonight. So as you can see, it's in its final, well, not its final resting place. I was actually going to do this from the bedroom and show everything together, but the lighting is very, very poor up there, especially here at this time of night. It's actually dark out. And I wanted to get as much light as I can, and this room has, you know, the brightest light. So anyways, as you can see here, we got it all posed up. I finally was able to get this RPG looking good and looking the way I wanted. I got the correct hands on there that actually helped. Lots of hot water. And this is, you know, I'm loving it here. I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's definitely menacing. I love this pose. You know, it's a pose you don't normally see because the RPG actually never ever came with the Joker. I know it comes with the 2.0. But one thing I want to talk about that I forgot to mention yesterday is these grenades that go inside this jacket. Now, the fact that they're all die cast is a very, very nice touch, but all together, you can imagine, they weigh quite a bit. So when you install these on the inside of the jacket, as good as they look, they do weigh quite a bit, and they do pull down the jacket. So it's something that you guys you know, need to know. It would have been nice, you know, it was nice that it was die cast, but in that particular example, it would have been probably a little bit better if they were plastic. But I've had that pose for the last year, so I was never going to pose it with those grenades again anyways, you know, as iconic as that look is. Plus, I couldn't get the arm, the way the wrists are locked up, I couldn't get the arm in such a position to hold the jacket open, you know, the way it is. So that was another issue, and maybe one of you guys can kind of solve that for yourself. But anyways, we'll take you on a little bit of a tour. Did a couple practice runs here trying to get this without a whole lot of glare, but anyway, we'll talk about this head sculpt just quickly. I know I mentioned this in the very first vid, the unboxing, that little red dot. Now, I realized after when I started looking at pictures that that red dot is actually movie accurate. It just kind of caught me off guard when I first seen it. This looked unnatural, but it is movie accurate. And, you know, when they get this awesome RPG, you know, the hands, like I was just talking about, lots of hot water. It's just so realistic, you know. I just love the look of it. You know, just something you don't normally would see with the Joker, but the fact that it's movie accurate, you know, makes it all good. And then you have the mask down there and the Joker cards. Come around to the side here, it's a little less glare. And these that machine gun, you know, there's no way that was going back in the box. Take a little up the side here. You know, the rocket's plastic, but I mean, it looks metal. And it actually has sights on it too. I think you see them there. They actually flip up. There's two of them. And they got the right tilt. I mean, really loving this pose. You know, the jacket. Every time I see it, it's just very well done. The other thing with the socks too, that are actually movie accurate on this particular figure. I was actually correct that I thought the 2.0 actually came with movie accurate socks, but apparently it doesn't. It's the same as the DX01, but I mean, that's not that big a deal. You don't really see the socks anyways, but I did say yesterday that 2.0 came with movie accurate socks, but it doesn't. Not that big a deal. And it's this base that we're talking about. Last couple of videos, all done in a copper kind of style. Now my inspiration for this base was, well, one of the inspirations was actually from the PF Joker. When I actually seen the first review on that Joker a little while ago, I was actually in the midst of designing something in my head here, and I was kind of inspired by it. Instead of having the plank flooring on the top here, you know, I decided to put the plank flooring down here at the bottom, and then instead of having the Joker heads around the sides, I decided to do that with Joker cards. And then we get in here to the mirror. You know, I started to get in all this scrolling and carving and stuff. I kind of wanted to capture an old world Victorian style, which is, you know, kind of reminiscent to the design of these Jokers. So that was the other secondary inspiration for it. And, you know, the copper effect is very well. I actually did the top here too. Very simple, just square light box. But I did that in a weathered coppered look. Turned out very well. It looks like an old dirty penny, which is what I was kind of shooting for. Anyways, we'll take another little There's that Heath. There's that tribute card. Now, Yvonne told me there's a mistake in it. I don't know where the mistake is. I'm gonna have to read it there after this. After I do this. Yeah, I know. Tons of glitter. But I think you get the point. I think you get the point. Get everything all situated here. Now I'm going to turn the lights off here, guys. You know, you're going to see the effect, but there's not a lot of light, so you're not going to see it as good as I'm seeing it, but I think you can kind of see what's happening. I mean, it's just awesome. Every time I look at this, actually, you know, my Batman's still my favorite, but actually I did a much better job on this particular base, and I'm very, very impressed. Things just happen sometimes. It just, you know, I don't really plan anything. I just start building things, and something usually pops out. But anyway, before I go, I want to talk about Heath a little bit. Heath, he died 2008. He died an actor, a friend, and a father. His daughter Matilda Rose. I hope she remembers her father as a great man. And know, Heath, if you're watching down, that the memory of you will never be forgotten, at least not in this household, and I'm sure in many more, because I know you have fans all over the world. I've talked to quite a number of them. And know that this display will remain with me for the rest of my natural life, and it will always pay a tribute to your legacy. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Wayne's Butler.